There's plenty of things we don't do that result in a messy home. We don't vacuum enough. We don't dust. We don't make the bed. We don't shave our husband's back. I'm just joking. Jordan's back is not hairy.
That's right, it's not.
But what about the things that we do? Do. Sorry. What about the things that we do that are actually making our homes messier, even if we have good intentions? Because we may think we're making the best use of our time, but we're actually not. And there's a better way to clean, one that's more productive and will hopefully waste the least amount of time. So let's jump into the 5 things you're probably doing that's keeping your home messy. Number 1, you're spending too much time clearing clutter. How many times do we dedicate a couple of hours to cleaning our homes only to end up spending that time just moving stuff around? And by the time we actually get everything to where it's supposed to be, we are completely and utterly exhausted and don't have energy to do any of the actual cleaning. And as a result, in just a couple of days, all the clutter returns to our surfaces again, and we're still left with a dirty home. I've done this so many times, and I'm sick and tired of it. But listen, there's a better way, and it involves using a timer. Now, I know you're not sold on timers yet. I can hear you on the other side of the screen. Oh, wait, no, that's just Jordan snoring. However, if you're on my channel, you're gonna have to be, because after thoroughly studying 5 different cleaning routines, I am positive that using timers is the best thing you can do for a clean home. So what you're gonna do instead is put on a timer for 10 to 15 minutes and devote that time exclusively to clearing and putting away the clutter. This is gonna make you move like a ninja, okay? When you put yourself on a time limit, it naturally makes you move quickly because suddenly the pressure is on. Oh no, I only have 15 minutes. I better move fast. And in doing so, you'll find that you are 10 times more efficient in those 15 minutes with the timer than you would have been in an hour of decluttering without one. And when the time is up, you would switch to cleaning and clean around the clutter. Even if you're not done, even if you have to shove your vacuum into things to move them out of your way, I don't care, because this is the only way we're going to make any progress. And don't worry that there's still too much clutter. We can deal with that later, because that brings me to the second thing we're doing that's making our home messy. We're holding on to everything. We can't seem to get to cleaning our home because we're just too busy shuffling things around. We simply have too much stuff. When we get new clothes, we don't get rid of old clothes. When we get what feels like 100 new toys at Christmas for our kids, we keep all the old toys too. And our house is just turned into cluttered storage units. In order to have a clean home, we have to let some of our excess go. Perhaps you could schedule a day once a month, binge watch The Minimal Mom. She's on YouTube. She'll totally motivate you in the right direction. And then go through all that stuff and declutter what you don't actually need. Get it out of the way permanently, and then maybe we can finally clean without using our vacuum cleaners as a weapon. The third thing you're doing that might be making your home messy is cleaning too much. Tell me if this describes you. You're a total perfectionist. You won't stop until the job is done. And you don't just want it done, you want it to look as good as new. You want more than just good enough. You want things to sparkle. But this can be a problem because you're spending so much time cleaning one thing that it prevents you from getting to everything else that needs to be done. So for example, when you go to mop the floor, you may try to get every nook and cranny. Maybe you move furniture. Maybe you get on your hands and knees and try to scrub off an older stain. But this level of detail can really slow us down and drain us of our energy, leaving us with very little motivation to finish the rest of the home. So you end up having a really clean floor. Yay! Oh, but the kitchen is trashed. And there's dishes stacked to the faucet. Oh, and there's laundry piles everywhere. We only have so much energy we can expend in a day. I like to think of our energy levels like a phone battery. We recharge every night through sleeping, but we only have a limited amount of energy to get through the day. Just like some phone apps need more power than others, some cleaning tasks take more out of us. And when we spend too much time on one task, like mopping, we're draining our battery too quickly and missing out on using that energy for the other tasks that really need to be done, like toilets and dishes. And that's why we just need to be okay with good enough. Don't spend 40 minutes mopping. Set a timer and spend only 10. Don't spend all morning cleaning the baseboards when your upstairs bathroom looks like the rubber ducky committed murder in the first degree. Prioritize what's important and put a time limit on it, because cleaning too much in one area can just result in more of a mess everywhere else. The fourth thing you're doing that's keeping your home messy, listen very closely, this one's the most important one, is not subscribing to my channel. Don't you know that I'm here to help you learn how to clean in such a way that you don't waste time and you actually get somewhere with it? You don't want to miss out on that. It's as easy as one click. But no, that was not my way to cop out of the fourth tip. So the actual fourth thing you probably do that keeps your home messy is you leave a room without first looking around to see if there's anything you can take with you. This is one of the most effective things you can do to avoid piles of clutter on your tables. Going from your kitchen to the living room, look around. Is there anything in your kitchen that belongs in the living room? Oh, yeah. No, that's not what I meant. But hand it over. Get into the habit of pausing before you leave a room and scanning for anything that you could take with you. I'll take you anywhere with me, baby. How many times in a day do we walk from room to room? Imagine if every single time we went from the bedroom to the bathroom, to the living room, to the dining room, to the kitchen, we took a moment to grab something that didn't belong in that room and move it to somewhere it's supposed to go. I mean, if you're heading to the bathroom anyway, you might as well bring the medicine sitting in front of you back to the bathroom cabinet where it belongs. If we got into the habit of doing this regularly, the clutter in our home would be significantly reduced with a lot less effort. So keep this in mind before you leave the room you're in right now. And the last thing you might be doing that's keeping your home messy is setting your expectations too high. A lot of the time, we don't even start cleaning because the job seems too big or too much to handle. For example, my fridge. The thought of cleaning it sounds overwhelming. I'd have to take out all the food, I'd have to wash the shelves, and what about the freezer? Ugh, okay, now I'm stressed. Let's just save it for another day. There's no time. But that's just the issue. We need to lower our expectations. Be okay with just cleaning the doors today. Maybe next week tackle the shelves. It's important to be okay with not completing a job all at once. Sometimes we just gotta break these jobs up into pieces so that starting doesn't seem impossible. And I've said it 100 times now, but I'm gonna say it again. Starting is the hardest part. And if you keep putting such high expectations on yourself, then nothing will get done, because you'll start to feel anxious and your fight or flight response will kick in, to which you will flight the job altogether. If that makes sense. So lower your expectations and just clean that fridge drawer already before it's so sticky that you can't slide it open anymore. I know this from experience. And now that you've watched the 5 things you might be doing to keep your home messy, next you can watch the 5 things you should do to keep your home clean. Because that's what we all want, right? To finally have a clean home. So click right here and I'll see you in a minute.